cannot reason with a person in mind one. Okay? You can't reason with an adult who's coming from that space, from that level of consciousness. You cannot reason with a child at that level of consciousness, because even if they experience something to prove that that's not true, they'll still believe it's true. Okay? And there's cults like flying saucer cults where flying saucer is supposed to land where it's going to take us up to some different dimension, and all the followers will get together, and it doesn't land. There's no flying saucer. You think, well, they would all leave the cult. They don't. They just say, well, it's the wrong date. You guys weren't good enough. You were bad people. It's going to come next year at this time. You know? So there's a whole shift. Understanding, identifying someone in mind one, that's where mythology comes from. All the mythology comes from mind one, I think. And that's where the conservative religions come from. There's as much difference within a religion as between religions. If you have a person in a religion, in Christianity or Hinduism or Buddhism, there are lots of subcults, subsects who are in mind one. Okay, there are the Hare Krishnas. A lot of times they're in mind one, because that became popular in America in the 70s, and I remember sitting down and talking with them and realizing that there was no reasoning here. They have these conditioned beliefs, and sweet and everything, but there is no way that you can change their belief system, because it's immutable in that level of consciousness and that conditioning. Now, what happens around 7, there's a reorganization of the brain again. The left cerebral cortex comes more in line. And what happens is what's called what I call social consciousness. Children between 2 and 7 they don't have any empathy. They have sympathy, but not empathy. And Piaget has carefully shown that children between 2 and 7 cannot see another person's point of view. In power consciousness, you're totally egocentric. You see things the way you see things. You tend to, however you believe, however you've been conditioned. Beliefs